Hey, English learners! Welcome back to the All in English podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Andrew. And today we want to talk about something that happens to almost everyone every single day, and most people never stop to question it.
You wake up, go through your routine, get to work, come home, go to sleep. And somewhere in the middle of all that, the day just happened. You were there, but were you really there?
That feeling of being present in your life physically but absent mentally, that is what we are talking about today.
And in this episode, we're going to cover why the brain goes on autopilot and why that is not always your fault, what being present actually looks like in ordinary daily life, the difference between resting your mind and escaping from your life, and 3 small practical steps you can start using today.
Real steps, not just breathe more.
Definitely not just breathe more.
But before we start, honest question. Think about the last meal you had. Do you actually remember eating it? What it tasted like? What you were thinking about? Here is the rule. You cannot say yes if your phone was in your hand, and you cannot say yes if the TV was on.
You just eliminated about 90% of all meals in the last decade.
Including every single one of mine. I genuinely could not tell you what I ate for lunch 2 days ago. I know I ate, I have zero memory of the experience.
And that small disappearing act, happening dozens of times a day, is exactly what today's conversation is about. Because if you can't remember your own lunch, what else are you missing while you're technically there?
And you, friend, when was the last time you were fully somewhere? Think about it for 1 second. Try to answer in English. The last time I was truly present was... Just finish that sentence in your head. That's already practice.
We want to give you 2 things today. Real B2 English to talk about attention, habits, and daily life in a natural way. And a message. Being present is not a personality type. It's a small, daily choice, and you can start today.
And we're not experts on this. Some days we're very much on autopilot ourselves, but that's exactly why we want to talk about it.
This is a B2 episode, richer and more natural English, but we'll speak clearly and explain new words as they come up. You don't have to catch everything, and if something moves fast, listen again later. That second listen is magic.
If you're a strong B1 listener, don't go away. Some parts will stretch you a little, and that stretch is exactly how your English grows.
One small favor before we go deeper. If you enjoy learning and thinking with us, please like this episode, subscribe, and share it with one person who is technically at dinner with their family, but spiritually somewhere inside their phone.
Or someone who has watched an entire series on Netflix and cannot remember a single episode.
Every like and comment helps more learners find us. And here's our question for today. When do you feel most on autopilot? Morning routine, commute, meals, conversations? For example, I feel most on autopilot during my morning routine. I do everything but remember nothing. Or just commute every single day. One honest sentence in the comments is enough. Let's start with a picture. You wake up, alarm goes off, and before you even sit up, the phone is in your hand. Messages, news, notifications, then breakfast, but you're reading something, then the commute, but you're scrolling, then work, then lunch, phone again, then home, then the sofa, then sleep.
And the day just happened to you without you really being there.
Like you were a passenger in your own day.
Exactly. And the strange thing is, you were busy, you did things, but at the end of the day, if someone asked, what do you actually remember? What did you notice? What did you feel? The honest answer is often, not much.
I had a version of this recently. I was on a walk, something I do specifically to clear my head, 20 minutes outside, and when I got back, I realized I had spent the entire walk planning a conversation I needed to have at work. I didn't see a single tree. I didn't feel the air. I was outside, but completely inside my own head.
A walk that was actually a meeting.
An unpaid meeting with no outcome. And maybe right now you can think of one moment this week where you were there, but not really there. Don't feel guilty about it, just notice it.
So why does this happen? Because the brain is actually very good at running on automatic. We call this being on autopilot, doing something without conscious thought, like a plane flying itself while the pilot sits back.
And autopilot is not always bad. You don't want to think consciously about every step when you walk. Habits and routines exist for good reasons. They save energy.
The problem is when autopilot takes over the things that actually matter. The conversation with someone you love, the meal you worked to make, the moment that will not come back.
And there's a word for the opposite of autopilot: mindfulness. Mindfulness means paying attention to what is happening right now, on purpose, without judging it. Not thinking about yesterday, not planning tomorrow, just this moment, this conversation, this cup of coffee in your hands.
And I know that word sounds like it requires a yoga mat and a mountain view.
It really doesn't. Mindfulness can look like tasting your food, actually tasting it, or looking at the person talking to you instead of your phone, or noticing what the air feels like when you step outside.
Very small things.
Very small, but the opposite of autopilot.
Okay, I want to push back here because I think there's a version of this conversation that becomes pressure, like you must be present every second or you're failing at life.
That's completely fair, and I don't think that's realistic or healthy.
Right. Sometimes you need to zone out. Sometimes the commute is your only quiet time. Sometimes you eat lunch alone with your phone, and that's genuinely fine.
Totally. The goal is not perfect presence every moment. The goal is intentional presence, choosing when to show up fully and knowing the difference between resting your mind and escaping from your life.
So, zoning out on purpose is rest. Zoning out by default is autopilot.
You're not choosing to be absent, you just drifted there without deciding. That distinction matters a lot.
When the distance between you and your own life becomes the default, that's when presence becomes something worth fighting for, even in small ways.
So, what does that actually look like? Because be present is easy to say and very hard to do. Step 1. Pick one moment per day and decide to be fully there. Not your whole day, one moment. Maybe it's your morning coffee. Maybe it's the first 5 minutes when you get home. Put the phone down, notice what's around you. Let that one moment be real.
One moment is manageable. The whole day feels impossible.
Step 2, use your senses as an anchor. When your mind drifts, and it will, bring it back with something physical. What can you hear right now? What does the air feel like? What can you see that you haven't looked at properly today? Your senses only exist in the present. They can't go to yesterday or tomorrow.
Try this right now, just for 5 seconds. What is one sound you can hear where you are? Don't think about it, just listen. That's presence. You just did it.
Step 3. Create small transitions. Before you pick up your phone, before you start eating, before you answer a message, take 3 breaths. That tiny pause is the difference between drifting and choosing.
3 breaths sounds almost too small to matter.
Most things that actually change your life feel too small to matter at first. That's exactly why people don't do them.
If you're in a heavy autopilot season right now, that's okay. It doesn't mean you're doing life wrong. It means you're human, and the world is very loud.
Your life is happening right now, not later when things slow down, not when you have more time, right now in the ordinary moments. And ordinary moments are the only ones any of us actually have.
Let's slow down and do our word tour. Key words from today, explained clearly and slowly. Repeat with us or just listen.
Autopilot. Doing something without conscious thought. Your body is doing it, but your mind is somewhere else entirely. For example, she drove the whole way home on autopilot and couldn't remember a single traffic light. Or, he realized he had been on autopilot at work for months, doing the tasks but feeling nothing. Repeat. Autopilot. Autopilot. Slowly. Autopilot.
I have downloaded 4 mindfulness apps, used none of them.
Mindfulness. Paying attention to what is happening right now, on purpose, without judging it. For example, she practiced mindfulness by sitting quietly for 2 minutes before checking her phone each morning. Or, mindfulness doesn't require meditation. It can be as simple as really tasting your coffee. Repeat. Mindfulness. Mindfulness. Slowly. Mindfulness.
I have downloaded 4 mindfulness apps, used none of them. To be present, to be fully aware of and engaged in what is happening right now, not distracted by the past or the future. For example, he put his phone away during dinner to finally be present with his family. Or she realized she hadn't been present in a conversation for weeks, always half somewhere else. Repeat, to be present. To be present. Slowly, to be present.
Intentional. Doing something on purpose with a clear reason, not by habit or accident. For example, she made an intentional choice to leave her phone in another room during meals. Or, being intentional with your time means deciding what deserves your attention, not just reacting to everything. Repeat. Intentional. Intentional. Slowly. All.
And remember, you can always come back to this word tour and listen again. Each time, the words will feel more natural.
To drift. To slowly move into a situation without choosing it, one small distraction at a time. For example, he didn't decide to stop paying attention, he just drifted away from the conversation gradually. Or, it's easy to drift through a whole day without a single intentional moment. Repeat. To drift. To drift. Slowly. To drift.
That one actually works. I tried it just now during the episode.
To be distracted. Unable to focus because your attention is being pulled in too many directions at once. For example, she tried to read but kept getting distracted by notifications every 2 minutes. Or, he was so distracted during the meeting that he had to ask someone to repeat everything afterward. Repeat. Distracted. Distracted. Slowly. Dis-track-ed.
To anchor, to use something stable to bring yourself back to the present moment when your mind wanders. For example, she used her breathing as an anchor whenever she felt her thoughts racing. Or, noticing one sound around you can anchor you to the present moment in just a few seconds. Repeat, to anchor. To anchor. Slowly, to anchor. That one actually works. I tried it just now during the episode.
Overwhelmed. When there is too much happening, too many thoughts, tasks, or feelings, and your mind shuts down or escapes. For example, he felt so overwhelmed with his schedule that he stopped noticing anything around him. Or, when she was overwhelmed, scrolling felt easier than sitting quietly with her own thoughts. Repeat. Overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. Slowly. Overwhelmed.
And if you want extra practice, replay this word tour and shadow with us. Say the words at the same time we do. It's one of the best ways to make pronunciation feel natural in your mouth.
You don't have to remember every word today. Come back, listen again, and slowly these words will become part of how you think and how you speak. Even 2 or 3 that stayed with you is already real progress.
Being present is not a personality type. It's not something some people have and others don't. It's a small, quiet choice, and you can make it at any moment.
And we are not here as people who have this figured out. I was on autopilot for most of this morning. Emma will tell you the same. Same. Some days the autopilot wins completely, and that's okay. Tomorrow is another chance.
Remember the meal we talked about at the beginning? The one you couldn't remember eating? Maybe tonight's dinner is different. Maybe you put the phone down for just that one meal. Not forever, just tonight.
One moment fully yours. That's where it starts.
Tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself one question. What is one moment from today that I actually remember, really remember? If you find one, you were present. If you struggle to find one, tomorrow you know exactly where to start.
And if this episode resonated with you, share it with one person who is always somewhere else, even when they're right next to you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is a good moment.
In the comments, finish this sentence. I want to be more present when blank. We would love to read those.
Your life is made of ordinary moments, and ordinary moments are worth showing up for.
This is
Emma.
This is Andrew.
And you have been listening to the All in English podcast. Bye.